What's going on, my people? Welcome to another episode on LetsTalkAboutUsWithUche. As usual, I am your host. Welcome. If you're new to my podcast, please make sure to download, subscribe, share with your friends and family. If you're new to my YouTube channel, please also make sure to subscribe. And don't forget to hit that bell notification so anytime I upload a video, you'll be the very first to be notified. To all my followers, people who've been following me since day one, and all the people who showed up afterward, thank you so much for your continued support. You guys are wonderful. You guys are everything to me. So thank you, and stay tuned for the episode. So today, where do I even begin? First of all, shout out to my boy Ayo for bringing this video to my attention. So apparently there's a viral video of this 600 pound lady, black woman, who is being interviewed by a podcaster regarding relationship issues, and he was asking her, because she's looking for a man. I suppose she's looking for a man, and he was asking, and she had this long list of all the things that she wanted in a man, and he was asking her, what do you bring to the table? And she said very blatantly that she just shows up to the table. It's the sass and the attitude and the body language and the demeanor and the mannerism that just, kind of sealed the whole thing for me in a way. So she just spoke with so much confidence and arrogance as well. Actually, not even confidence, arrogance, that she just shows up to the table, and that should be good enough for any man that she's dating. Mind you, this is a 600 pound lady. And I know that for a lot of people, her size shouldn't matter. But pragmatically, it does. Okay. But realistically, it shouldn't matter. No, pragmatically, it does. But then even more realistic is the fact that even without her being obviously very overweight, because when you're 600 pounds, you are morbidly obese, okay? Even without that, even if she is a model, thin looking, fit type of person who eats air every day, okay, and she's size 0, that's still a very problematic mentality. And it's unfortunate because a lot of people have this mentality, men and women, not just women, but I'm going to focus more on the women today. Before I do get started to unpack this fuckery, I do want to play a few clips of this interview. Check out what he has to say, and I'll come back with the rest of my commentary.
Hello,
how are you?
good. How are you?
I'm pretty good. So what, is all men not shit, or do women choose wrong?
I mean, here's the thing. Most of them aren't shit, but at the same time, they're very secure.
You said, so most of them ain't shit.
Yeah, most of them ain't shit, but it's like, you gotta do what you need to do to have it done. I need that bag secured. I'm already down. Why I want to be down with a dude that's down also? That makes no sense.
So if you already want your bag secure, you gotta have a bag. Like, what do you need? What do you need from him then?
I need to have my own car. You need to have your own car.
Do he got
3-4 bedroom house?
3-4 bedroom house.
Yeah, I need to bring the
Does he have to make all that happen, or what? How does that?
Yeah. Why would you not make that happen? That's what the man's supposed to do.
Damn. So what are you bringing to the table? If he gotta get the houses, he gotta get this big ass house. Like
what am I bringing to the table?
Yeah.
I showed up to the table.
You showed up to the table.
Yeah, I showed up to the table. I graced your table with my presence. What do you mean?
Man, everything you said makes no damn sense at all.
How does that not make sense?
Okay, so y'all seen this fuckery. Like I said, pragmatically, when you put in the equation of her weight, it's even more of a problem, and I'm not fat phobic, I'm all about body positivity. Do you though, always do you. If you want to be overweight, that's okay. I know some people don't mind being overweight. Those people do exist, just like some people don't mind being underweight. Not everybody will look like size 0. Not everybody will be fit. It's just impossible to expect every single person in the population to be fit. It's impossible. And some people don't mind having a little extra cushion, and also some people don't mind being with women who have a little extra, or men who have a little extra. That's okay, as long as it's natural for you, as long as you're not trying to shove it down in anybody else's face. Do you, be you, live your best life. Not a problem. I don't have any issues with that. But the problem is this entitled mentality that I feel like the general population or society places on women. I find that quite disturbing. Don't get me wrong. I understand that women are still marginalized, especially women of color, most especially black women. I get that. And honestly, from a very emotionally intelligent perspective, I actually feel bad for a lot of women. You know, as a black man, I get it. I know even as a black man, in as much as white supremacy brings out the worst in me, I also benefit from patriarchy. I get away with a lot of shit just for being a man. You know, realistically, I'm going to get paid more than the woman just because I'm a man and things like that. So truly, I do empathize. But I feel like we, in this whole desperation for this feminism bullshit, you know, and I'm not saying feminism is bullshit. I'm just saying that unfortunately, a lot of feminism, or what feminism has become, is bullshit. A lot of people are using it for all the wrong reasons. And in this desperation to uphold that bullshit, we are tapping into a realm of delusion. I remember a few years ago, I was watching this video in Nigeria, actually, about Nigerians in Nigeria. I think it's a podcast or YouTube series. And I remember this woman, she was talking on the table and she was saying, she said, and I quote, if I can find that video, I'm gonna post it here so people can see. And I quote, "My money is for me. His money is for us." I was just appalled by that. Okay, now, as I've said before, I'm queer. I'm a queer man, so I'm not really in the realm of dating women, and I don't really have any interest in the future to date a woman or get married to a woman, so I cannot necessarily relate to that reality. However, there are people who can relate to that reality, and unfortunately, you have some shit men and shit women who conform to that fuckery. Okay, there's a lot of people, there's a lot of women who walk around with that type of mentality, who think that a man needs to provide literally every fucking thing, and she brings absolutely nothing to the table. And that is not balanced at all. Okay, I've been in situations where I've seen women who walk up to me in a bar and confidently, assertively demand that I buy them drinks. Like, why? Why should I buy you a drink? You don't know me. You don't know shit about me. I'm literally here chilling by myself or with my friends, minding my business. You don't know why I came here. You don't know, maybe I could have had a long day. I could have had a long week. I could have been depressed. I wanted to just kind of let my hair out and just kind of live my life and, just recuperate. And you just walk up to me assertively and ask me to spend my hard-earned money to buy you a drink. And you demand it. Like, what the fuck? Unfortunately, you have some shit men who conform to this nonsense, who, I don't know, maybe because they're ass kissers or pushovers or barber chairs, and they just conform to this shit. And this is why you see a lot of unbalanced marriages or relationships where you have men who are not fulfilled or happy in relationships because you have a woman who is basically treating you like his slave. I do want to add that although I don't agree with the bullshit agenda that feminism has become, unfortunately, and it's not just feminism, just a lot of things have become agenda driven, including Black Lives Matter movement, politics, all kinds of things have become agenda driven, unfortunately. I do want to say that I'm a huge feminist. I think everyone should be a feminist, and the true definition of feminism or being a feminist is somebody who believes that every single person, irrespective of their gender or sex, deserves an opportunity, an equal opportunity to maximize their potential as a human being. So it doesn't matter if you're a man or a woman. I don't think society or anyone should hold you back to maximize your potential. That is the true definition of feminism, and that is the shit that I'm about. Anything else is agenda driven and mediocrity and just foolish. You understand? So, like I said, I don't know who to blame for this. I don't know if to blame it on society. I don't know if to blame it on the entertainment industry or the consumers who consume these entertainments. Like the music videos and maybe the narrative that Hollywood tries to push out there, or the consumers who buy and patronize these I don't know, these entertainment outlets. I suppose I really don't know who to blame for this, but all I know is that the trash is full and something needs to be done. I know a lot of people, especially heterosexual people, will say, especially coming from Nigeria, all the religious people will believe that, a woman is supposed to be submissive, and the man is the head of the family, and the woman needs to be submissive and basically be a servant to the man. I don't believe in that. I think that's bullshit. I think in a heterosexual relationship, a man and a woman are equals. They're different, but equals. You understand? A woman is not your servant, and a man is not your provider. Okay? A woman can be the breadwinner. A man can be the breadwinner. In a situation where the woman makes significantly more money than the man, she is the breadwinner. And she probably is going to make more decisions based on the power that she has, the financial power that she has over the man. And that's okay. That happens a lot, and that should be okay. This whole idea that the man is the provider and will provide no matter what. You know what happens when she makes more money than you, but then you still have a lot of responsibility on him. He still has to carry a lot of those responsibilities. You see how it's not balanced? He has to wake up in the morning, go to work, you know, work his job, get paid probably less than you. He still has to pay the mortgage or rent. He still has to pay the bills. He still has to pay the groceries. A woman is supposed to be a helper, the man's helper, not his stress. Ladies, if you're not bringing anything substantial to the table, you really cannot expect anything substantial out of that relationship, and that's facts. Okay, a lot of times when you see a man cheating on you, or because I've heard the story so many times, niggas and shit, and these niggas always cheat and things like that. But then what are you bringing to the table? And I'm not talking about ass and titties. Your ass is fat, your titties is fat, you're cute, you're pretty, you got the Brazilian hair, you got the makeup, your face is beaten, all that good stuff. Yes, but sis, you're not the only one with all that stuff. Okay, there's a lot of people who have a better face than you, a fatter ass than you, bigger titties than you, who look better than you, and they're out there trying to get your man. But when you ain't got nothing substantial to show to, you know, to bring to the table, when you are conforming to the status quo and conforming to whatever the mediocrity that is in the air, when you're conforming to that, there's nothing special about you anymore. It's just much easier to leave you or take you for granted. You understand? So I think it's quite sad that this woman has this mentality, this attitude that a man needs to take care of her. He needs to be look a certain way, has to have the house, has to have the car for him, and also has to have the car for her. And he's paying for all of that, not her. She's not paying for shit. And she's bringing her 600-pound ass to the table. That's all she's bringing to the table, her 600-pound ass. And again, I'm not trying to be fat phobic, but I'm also mentioning that because realistically, that's even a fucking problem. And let's keep it real. Most people don't prefer 600-pound people. Most heterosexual men don't prefer 600-pound women. Okay, they will go for the model looking, especially if he's successful. He's going to go for the model looking woman, the woman who conforms more to the Western beauty standards. And that's just the way it is. Okay, so even without her weight on the table, it's still a problem. That mentality is still very problematic. Okay, what are you doing for that man? Yes, I understand that you have your own issues as a woman. You're dealing with your own issues that he may not necessarily relate to, but then he's also dealing with his own issues. Okay, a relationship is supposed to be, you're supposed to be his helper and he be your helper. Both of you come together and create something beautiful, even if it means starting a family and having kids. It takes 50-50 to make it work. While he's helping you grow and maximize in your fullest potential as a woman, you too should be doing the same thing, helping him grow and maximize into his fullest potential as a man, however you can. Okay, because as a man, especially as a black man, he has his own issues as well. Okay, white supremacists probably killing his ass, you know, all kinds of fuckery that he's dealing with, societal pressure, personal pressure, family issues, you know, all kinds of stuff that he's dealing with. I don't know if y'all know, but about 80% of suicides in the U.S. are by men. I don't even know if I can say the S word, but yes, 80% of suicides in America are committed by men. Okay, that should be telling of what a lot of men go through on a daily basis. But we live in a society that tells us that, you know, you can't talk about your feelings because, you know, boys don't cry and things like that. So we internalize everything. A lot of us, we implode to explode. How are you helping to relieve that stress for him? Of course, without kissing his ass. But it's a symbiotic relationship, okay? Both of you come together as equals. You help me out, I help you out. It could be a situation where in a heterosexual relationship, maybe he pays the bill. He pays the mortgage. He pays the mortgage. Okay, cool. But then you pay some of the bills or you pay all of the bills. Okay, for me, living here in Texas, my bills, total of my bills outside my mortgage is about $400 or $500 a month. My mortgage is definitely significantly more than that. So if in a situation where I pay the mortgage and you pay $400 or $500 worth of bills, you know, that's balance. Or I pay the mortgage and the bills, but then you buy groceries and you cook, or we both cook. You understand? We both take care of the kids. We take turns taking care of the kids, or when I can't be bothered with being with the kids, you take care of them. You know, it shouldn't be a responsibility. It shouldn't be a situation where all of this type of responsibility falls on this particular person. What kind of dumb shit is that? It's okay for a woman to be able to fix the house, things in the house as well. That's okay. It's okay for a man to be able to cook for the family as well. That's okay too. It's okay for a man to be a stay-home father. It's okay for a woman to be the head of a family. That's okay. That is a healthy relationship where the power is equal and the responsibility is balanced and mutually understandable and respected by both parties. So all these ridiculous traditional ideologies I think is problematic, and is breeding a bunch of delusional, not just women but also men, because I have to hold the men who let this shit slide accountable. There's all kinds of coon ass men who let this shit happen. You have all these women telling you, basically you're basically buying pussy. You're basically buying for pussy. That's basically what it is, and you're too dumb to conform to that shit. So we need to start holding some of these people accountable, the women and the men who perpetuate this delusion. Okay, there's no reason why anyone should expect, any woman, there's no reason why any woman should expect that just her showing up to the table is good enough for the man. And the man needs to take responsibility for literally every fucking thing. He needs to get the job, and a good job, by the way. He needs to have the house. He has to have 2 cars, one for her and one for him. But all you're bringing to the table is pussy and problems. That doesn't make any fucking sense. Especially when you're 600 pounds. Because let's keep it real. 600 pounds does not conform to people's ideas of beauty standards, in the West at least. I'm just keeping it real. But anyway, this is the end of today's episode. Let me know what y'all think about this particular topic. Do y'all agree with me that I think it's ridiculous that a lot of women, unfortunately, have this entitled mentality where they feel like the man needs to be the provider for literally everything, and all she has to do is just show up to the table? And do you agree with me that this lady, the 600-pound lady, is way out of pocket for this delusion, chat? Because this is nothing but delusion. Okay, that's all I see. Do y'all agree with me that she's very deluded? Do you agree with me that men and women in heterosexual relationships should be equals? Okay, there should be a sense of balanced responsibility on both parts. Do you agree with me that yes, in as much as patriarchy does help black men get away with a lot of things, so black men in society are more advantaged than black women. At the same time too, black men have struggles that black women may not necessarily be able to understand, and it's your job as a partner, a loving partner, a loving female partner, to be able to understand, or at least try to understand that in efforts to help relieve him from some of those stress. And that's what a relationship should be. A healthy, loving relationship should be where both parties love each other and they're helping each other to maximize their fullest potentials and grow in love. Do you agree with me? And if you don't agree with me, please share your thoughts down below. Like I said, that's the end of today's episode. Please make sure to follow me on social media, Instagram and Facebook at Let's Talk with Uche. My email is letstalkwithuche@gmail.com. Website is letstalkaboutus.org. Thank you so much. Until next time. Bye-bye.